I'm wearing shades today, not because it's overly sunny. I'm actually trying to hide my tears. Whew. If you hadn't heard, FiLMiC PRO is going to a subscription-based model. So a couple of days ago, I started seeing comments on YouTube and on Twitter asking me if FiLMiC PRO had switched to a subscription app. And I said, of course, no. I've had it since 2012, and it's always been a one-time purchase app, but that you could do in-app upgrades, but no, you just paid for it one time. But it turns out, in fact, they are looking at a subscription model. It's not a done deal, but it's looking that way. At the time of this video, they are testing different pricing models around the world. So depending on where you are, you might see a different price. Now, this is for new users only. If you're a current user, you don't have to pay for the subscription yet. You're grandfathered in, but who knows, that may change in the future. Now, in general, I am against subscription apps, unless they make me money or they benefit my business in some way. For example, I subscribe to Adobe Creative Cloud. Now, I know some people don't like that model. I don't mind spending the $50 a month because I make that money back using Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, etc. Now, if you're a hobbyist or a student, I get why you wouldn't want to spend that money. So there are other options like DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro, etc. that are more affordable. And when it comes to mobile apps, I'm pretty much the same way. I subscribe to a couple, but not many. So in theory, I'm not against subscribing to FiLMiC PRO. It's the most used app I have on my phone by far, when it comes to filmmaking in particular. However, I'm not interested in doing a weekly subscription. That's really what they're offering now, which is weird to me. Yearly or monthly, maybe, but not weekly. And also right now, the pricing is way too high. If you do the weekly right now, it looks to be over $100 a year or more. And that ain't gonna work. Understand, I have no financial relationship with FiLMiC PRO whatsoever. I do know the guys and I get to beta test their app, but other than that, we have no relationship. And so this was all a surprise to me as well. And if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you know I talk about FiLMiC PRO all the time. Like I said earlier, it's probably my most used app, period. And so I want them to succeed. And when it comes to a subscription app, if you're going to subscribe to an app, ultimately, I think FiLMiC PRO would be a good one to do that because they are really good about updating the app, bringing new features. Again, if you watch my videos, I highlight them all the time. They really, really are good about that and innovative features. And so I don't mind paying for that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Although, don't get me wrong, I'm not thrilled. However, again, if you're going to subscribe to an app, FiLMiC PRO would be worth it if you're a filmmaker. And on top of that, I don't want them to go out of business. That would be the worst thing. The other thing too that needs to be said is, and I don't know the details about this, but they were either not acquired necessarily, although it could have been, or they merged with, or they're just partnering with the company Bending Spoons. They're an app company that controls a lot of different apps, including Splice, the video editor, and that app they turned into a subscription app as well. And so Bending Spoons very likely are the guys that are driving this subscription app model. So is this the end of FiLMiC PRO? Well, I hope not, but I will say it is in the way we've been used to dealing with it or buying it. That is pretty much the way it's looking. And what I am worried about is that it is going to keep casual users or hobbyists from buying it, from using it because of it being a subscription. And that would be a real shame because obviously those guys turn into filmmakers or regular users like me, and I'm sure many of you guys out there watching this right now. So what I want to know though is, what do you think? I know it's an obvious thing that most people are against subscription models, but would you be willing to subscribe to FiLMiC PRO to keep features coming and to keep the company alive, so to speak? And also, how much would you be willing to pay? The weekly stuff, I've already said I'm against, but a yearly subscription, maybe $30, or a monthly subscription, like $3 or $4 a month, to me that sounds much more doable. But again, what do you think? Here, I'm gonna grab some Kleenex because This is a sad day. Oh.